Our first encounter of Baldur's Gate 3 is the Three Imps. This is a good place to start off the list. I have us in this encounter because help out later on when I'm fighting Commander Zolk in the Nautiloid escape. This encounter, for the most part, just teaches you how to play the game, different role mechanics like movement, jumping, they close the distance, swapping weapons. Other than that, it's a pretty innocent encounter for the most part, if an encounter can be innocent. I have nothing else to say. Just watch the clip roll out. The second encounter I have recorded is the Sacrifice Cultists on the Nautiloid. This time I have Shadowheart, and wow, us whacked that guy pretty good. This encounter is just easy as hell, to be honest. I just do it to get XP, because who doesn't want XP? And now we just whack this guy, and under the imps it goes. But now we get to Commander Zolk and the Nautiloid escape. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. During the early access, I didn't have the balls to try and fight this guy. Oh, by the way, I should probably mention, I'm doing a Dark Urge Paladin Oath of Vengeance, and I'm trying to redeem myself. I can tell you right now from about 10 hours of gameplay, the Dark Urge is pretty fun. I never played it before, and he has this little butler dude that tells you about him, and I think that's pretty neat. I use us for this encounter to get rid of the smaller enemies, while I use Shadowheart, Lizelle, and myself to take down Commander Zolk and the Mind Flayer. Even though I think Commander Zolk takes out the Mind Flayer in this recording, because I want that Everborn sword. Even though he takes out the Mind Flayer, it doesn't stop me from killing him. My go-to strat is Guiding Bolt him with Shadowheart until he's dead, because since he's, what is he, Fiendish, he takes double damage to Radiant. I think that's how it works. Not 100% positive, but yeah. This is a pretty great encounter, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be the #1 encounter for a long time. Top of the list. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that if this encounter goes on long enough, two Cabals, Cambions, Cabal is MK1 dude, will join the fight. And then you gotta get rid of some other leftover enemies, which is why you use us for. I have seen people take out the 4 Cambions. The 3 Cambion. Oh my god. The 2 Cambions. But they had like a full party of 6 because they had Lizelle, Shadowheart, and then their full party of 4. I don't really know if you could do it just by yourself, us, Shadowheart, and Lizelle. So I don't know. I don't have the balls to try it. I just get the sword and I get the fuck out.
Victory awaits.
Our fourth encounter of Baldur's Gate 3 is the Intellect Devourers after the Nautiloid crash. Once again, I have Shadowheart in my company because I freed her from the tube. But this is normally where you would have her. This is normally where you would meet her. My bad. If you don't break her out. Jesus Christ, I am stuttering pretty bad today. No redos. But yeah, if you don't break her out of the tank, this is where you can meet her. This is going right above the imps in the rankings. It's pretty indefensive. I remember this encounter being pretty tough in early access for some reason, but now it's pretty simple. Also, look at this. Sacred Flame, 7 damage. What the fuck? Normally Shadowheart misses, but today she did not.
Survival isn't such a
Also, fuck this dude. There's a Mind Flayer right here. You could just whack him, get yourself 75 XP like that. Bang! Oh, it's 35. But our fifth encounter is the optional tieflings that you can kill if you want to follow what Lysel does. I don't normally recommend this unless you're doing like an evil playthrough and you're going to side with Minthra, because I like the tieflings in the Grove quest. So, but I just got the footage, that way I have most of the counters. This is probably going on the bottom of the list because I just don't like killing these guys. I'd rather just have them go away. But I'm pretty sure Shadowheart chucks a mean guiding bolt at this dude. Pretty sure. Yeah, over half his health. Like, that's insane. I don't recommend killing these guys. I recommend convincing them to go away.
What now? I'll strike you down.
Now, in return, you could kill Lysel, but I don't recommend doing this because, duh, you lose one of your companions. Two, you lose a pretty good personal quest line with her. Because I actually grow to like Lysel a lot during Act 2 and 3, especially after the Get Thinky Creesh. Also, Shadowheart chucked another mean guiding bolt. But yeah, bottom of the list. Next we have Dungeoneers. Now I like to put Astarion in Hidden, to sneak his way down there and shoot. Yes it does, because you shoot the little rope up there, drops the stone with the dead weight. Don't know why they didn't look for that. But after that, excuse me, we go into the combat encounter. This combat encounter also was pretty tough during early access, but since I've gotten better, don't mean to toot my own horn, a lot of the combat encounters have gotten a lot easier for me. I would just have to put this right under Commander Zulk, so this is number 2 so far. The Dungeoneer quest, you get withers that respec your character and your skill points, which is amazing. Always do that. Always do this at the start of the game, or not. I'm just going through how I normally play it. But yeah, pretty indefensive. Another mean guiding bolt from Shadowheart. Second in the rankings. Now we have the little Dungeoneer guy that could. Their little random friend. Yeah, I just whacked this guy until he's dead. Nothing much to it. But the good news is we get Dungeoneers 2. This is where I like to put Astarion Hidden again. And since he is a high elf, we can open up this door and chuck a firebolt at this can and kill them. Which I did not know during early access. Once again, this whole encounter was doo-doo to me. It was very hard, but I have since gotten used to it. One of these guys during early access, fun story, wasn't a barbarian. He, I think, was just a fighter, but now he is a barbarian, so he will rage and fuck you up. But yeah, I think this is going somewhere in the middle, probably underneath Dungeoneers. Yeah, I think this is number 3.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Next we have the Undead Scribes. I usually have people placed in different sections. That way, I could get the drop on them too. As you see, I have Shadowheart up here. I tried Turn on Dead, but I couldn't really get a good positioning. So I just went over here. And I believe I do Turn on Dead. Yes, I do. They're turned, but they didn't take any damage. I also have Astarion Hidden. But I gotta be honest, I forgot about him until he gets found. and you can see my reaction to that. But yeah, the Undead Warrior Scribes is really fun. That guy that Lysel just took out, if you are not careful, he can kill your entire party. As I learned the hard way during early access. This is a very fun encounter. You get, like I said, withers as a reward to respect your character and class. I'm not sure if you have to do this to get him. He might just teleport to you. But other than that, this is probably going right underneath the 2 Dungeoneers. Mostly because if you are a cleric and you have Shadowheart, this encounter is like easy peasy. Now we have the Goblin Raid on the Druid Grove. And I gotta be honest, this encounter is long as fuck. So if anybody wants to see the full encounters of these, let me know. I could render a whole video of all 29 encounters that are in this video. And I can have them full length instead of chopped up like they are in this video. But yeah, this encounter is long. You can see by the number of enemies up here and allies, there's a lot of switching. This is going right below Commander Zoc, mostly because other than that encounter, the Goblin Raid that we're doing right now, oh my god, I've died so many times to this encounter during early access. It was kind of insane. A lot of reloads, a lot of deaths, a lot of misses. But once again, once you get used to the game mechanics, you can persevere and get through it. This encounter in particular kind of teaches you the art of the high ground, because you can use Astarion or any ranged fighter really, and you can get bonuses to your attack rolls if you're using bow or any ranged spell attack like a firebolt, guiding bolt, or fireball, but you can't get fireball that early. Also Zephyr, he has a horn that he'll blow, and he could give you temporary HP. As you see right here, Lysel has plus 8 temp HP. And Will in this encounter, he's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. And you can also recruit Will after this. But yeah, this is a really good encounter. It teaches you a lot about positioning and just buffing yourself. Right below Commander Zoc. That track that just played with Astarion, holy shit, that gave me chills the first time I listened to it. I actually been listening to a lot of the Baldur's Gate 3 soundtrack during my job. I just had that shit downloaded. It's so good.
Breathe deep and move.
That was the last of them. Inside! Open the... Where is that bastard?
Now we get more cult members of the Absolute. This encounter, I think, is the last one that I do before taking my first long rest of the game. This encounter, you get some lore tidbits about who the Absolute is, but other than that, this encounter really has nothing going for it. I guess you could get a tadpole pretty early if you wanted one, but other than that, who really cares about these guys? I'm just here for the XP, brother. Right below Dungeoneers, right above the Imps. Pretty forgettable, to be honest.
A familiar squirm.
Ready. Strike hard, strike fast. Victory awaits. Let my name be known.
Where do I go from here?
Well.
Now we have another optional quest where, well, another optional encounter where you can kill Will instead of recruiting him. I only did this for the footage. I go back in my save and make Karlach and him friends because I like Will, I like Karlach, I like having them on my team, and I like Will's story and Karlach's story. Will and Karlach are going at the bottom of the list with Lysel, because I do not recommend killing your companions. And just to prove to you that I recorded it all, here is me killing Karlach against my better judgment. And I think, pretty sure, oh fuck, Asarion did that. But yeah, both of these encounters are going at the bottom of the list.
Apart we can rule, but together.
Next encounter, number 15, is the Bugbear Assassin. What am I trying to say? This encounter sucks. I'm pretty sure there's an achievement to save all the tieflings, so you gotta do this encounter if you want to save all the tieflings. But also, one of the tieflings is already dead. And I don't know if it's because I got here too late, or if I could do this before I take a long rest. But yeah, I also multi-classed Karlach into Bard because I wanted to try a Bard out. Oh fuck, she's still a Barbarian. I meant to multi-class her into Bard, but I should have stayed with her as a Barbarian, because holy shit, I will regret having her being a Bard over a Barbarian. Yeah, this encounter is going somewhere in the middle. To be honest, it doesn't really matter where in the middle. I'm just doing this for fun. I hope you guys are having fun. It's just one Bugbear. Die, Bugbear. Next we have the Harpies, and look at this fucking shit. They killed a kid. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I reloaded a save, because I'm a save scum. I like to get the encounter I want, because it's a video game, I can do it. Don't get mad. Play the game how you want. But yeah, they killed a kid, so I reloaded the encounter. And this is when I realized I definitely should have kept Karlach as a Barbarian. But I don't do it. I don't swap her back. The Harpies is pretty good. It teaches you a lot about mind control spells and how you gotta take care of them before they gang up on you. Other than that, the Harpies, like I said, it's a pretty good encounter early on. It teaches you a lot about mind control spells, placement. Other than that, though, what can you really say about the Harpies?
What is this? I will have your head, Harpy.
Next, we have a Goblin ambush on a single gnome. Or is it a halfling? I don't remember. Yeah, this encounter, I gotta be honest, a lot of Act 1 encounters at this point start to get pretty lame, because there's a group of goblins that you gotta fight. I'm so tired of fighting goblins, if I'm being honest. It's like my least favorite enemy type. But we find my favorite enemy type here pretty soon, which is pretty lit. But yeah, fuck that goblin. This encounter is probably going right above the Harpies, because goblins are easier than Harpies. I forgot what my list is looking like. We'll get to that at the end of the video. Our next encounter is the goblin fight in Blight Village. Normally, I just do a charisma check to get through this, but for the sake of the video, I did the encounter. And I gotta be honest, this encounter was pretty tough. I've done it a few times just because I failed the charisma check and I just want to see what it was like. But look at that, that fucking fire arrow got me good. This encounter, more than any encounter in the game so far, teaches you so much about elevation, traps, placement, because the goblins will fuck you up. They got that, except for that guy, he missed, but they got that bonus with archery and ranged combat spells, as you can see. And also, you gotta fight your way up to the two buildings that the goblins are in. Normally, like I said, I just do a charisma check and skip this encounter, and I come back later. But I just did it now for the video. I also fucked up during this encounter because more goblins joined, and I'm like, oh great, this is going to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But honestly, I think this is going to have to replace Commander Zulk as #1, even though Karlach is missing a lot, which is why I was like, damn, I gotta change her back to being a barbarian. This encounter is still fun. Also, I don't know why Lysel decided to jump off the fucking thing instead of taking the ladder, but she did. This encounter is a lot of fun. But top of the list. Next, we have the Ender Caps and the Phase Spiders. Yeah, this encounter sucks. Not that it's bad, it's just hard. I remember dying a lot to this in early access. Because, once again, early access during 2020, 2021, 2022, a lot of the game was still being built. And I was really new to Dungeons & Dragons. I was actually DMing my first ever campaign. And learning the mechanics from DMing and playing this game was very nice. But this encounter just sucks. The Phase Spiders teleport. The Ender Caps will infest you. It's just not good. But now we got the Queen Phase Spider. This encounter also sucks. This is hard as fuck for a new player. But I like to go in turn-based combat mode, chuck a firebolt at it, make the Queen fall. She should be falling any time now. Oh, there she goes. That way it takes a good chunk of her health. But other than that, this encounter could be a bitch. Especially the Queen. She can summon spiderlings, as you see here, that also teleport. And then you also have two other Phase Spiders that you gotta deal with. I highly recommend any AoE spells, like Burning Hands, Flaming Spear, because you can take out a lot of these guys with these. And also, I will say, these little spiders, even though they got like 5 HP and they're missing, they roll a critical hit, they can't fuck you up. Also, who went down? It looks like Lysel went down. I had to reload this encounter twice because I kept on dying. I think I died twice during this encounter. But as you see there, I got the Queen on top of the spider webs, chucked a knife. She fell down again, took more free damage. Oh, also here's all the critical hits the spiders do on Shadowheart. Like, what the fuck is this? 3 critical hits on Shadowheart. And this is why you want AoE with Burning Hands. I honestly, I forgot what my list is looking like, but we'll get to that at the end. Also, Paladin Smite. Maybe I like this encounter more than I'm thinking. Next, we have the rest of the goblins and the Blight Village. Honestly, it's just like 3 more goblins, and I'm so tired of fighting goblins. Literally, during Act 1, all you fight is goblins, and I'm so done with goblins. But luckily, if you go to the apothecary, you can fight undead dudes, which this encounter I only learned about, I want to say, a month ago. I had no idea you could find a Necronomicon or fight these undead skellies, the skelly bastards. This encounter is pretty fun. They'll keep on busting open coffins, spawning themselves. Once again, if you have a cleric or a paladin and you have turn undead or like any divine spell that does radiant damage, you can make quick work with a lot of enemies in this game. Also, fire does really good. And for some reason, I started missing a lot. And I don't remember exactly when I make Karlach back to being a barbarian. But this is the encounter that kind of made me go, fuck. Maybe I'm just not a good bard. If you have any recommendations or tips on how to be a good bard, please let me know in the comment section below. Once again, also, I should say, if you want to see the full encounter play out without any commentary, let me know. I can make that happen. It's probably going to be like a 3-hour long video, because without chopping this down, it was like 3 hours and 20 minutes. But yeah, this encounter is probably high middle-ish. I forgot about my rankings. I just want to talk about the encounters. I'm sorry. We'll get to the official rankings and the counters later. Oh, look at that. More goblins and a gnome. But luckily, you could just kill this dude and end the encounter, which is what I did. I don't know why I checked the difficulty there, but I did. Oh, I think it's because all 3 of my people had initiative right next to each other. But yeah, I just chucked a bunch of scorching rays at this fucking dude and killed him. Because like I said, if you kill him, the encounter ends. Also, you see bonuses.
Stop! I give up.
No mercy, bitch. Yeah, this is going in the middle somewhere.
If you let me live,
I'm so sorry, I forgot about my
I'll
rankings.
up, I promise.
I hope you guys are enjoying the video.
No, why?
I don't want to fight.
Now we have Death by Snoo Snoo, the Ogre and the Bugbear. Hey, yo, I forgot to cut that out.
Where do you think you're going?
I probably should. Huh. Yeah, this encounter, it's just 2 enemies. It's pretty easy. That Ogre, though, if she can ever land a critical hit, she can fuck you up. But instead, I fucked her up. Boop. Oh, fuck, I missed. Oh, shit, Karlach is still a bard here? Damn, I'm missing a lot. But this encounter is probably going somewhere in the middle again. Oh, God. Now we have the encounter that made me want to pull my hairs out, and that is the False Paladins of Tyr, or Zariel's bitches. Yeah. That's a pretty good Thunderwave, but I think after this, I am 100% going back to Karlach being a barbarian. Yeah, I don't know. Bard wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, these guys suck. This encounter during early access, I always skipped because I'm like, these guys are level 5, and he just divine smited Karlach. Also, I'm pretty sure he will divine smite everybody because he's a fucking asshole. And I missed. Also, watch this fucking shit. Smite Lysel. Smite Shadowheart. And then he smites me again. Like, what the fuck was that? So, yeah, I reloaded to save. But yeah, here we go again. And this time I hit with this. But yeah, this encounter is hard as fuck. The paladins are hard as fuck. But he does drop a really good great sword, which is amazing. He still divine smited Lysel. Honestly, if this encounter wasn't so hard, it'd probably be a lot higher. Mostly because it has a lot to do with Karlach's personal quest and how you can proceed to romance her. Once you kill them, you can talk about her chest. Well, that her chest, like the hell engine in her chest. Phrasing, Zach, phrasing. We finally killed that dude. This encounter, shit, I really wish I remember what my list is looking like. Now we have my favorite encounter of Act 1. The Gnolls. Short story time. I didn't know that there was a Baldur's Gate 3. I remember... What the fuck was that face? I remember going over to my friend's house. I just broke up with my ex. And I saw him playing this. And I was like, oh my god. This looks amazing. And I completely forgot about her because I was watching him fight the Gnolls. And I was like, oh my god. This is what this game is going to be like. I already had visions of what a full release of this game was going to look like. Because this encounter is pretty similar to how it was during early access. Nothing's really changed all that much. Like every encounter, you really gotta watch where you place yourselves, because the gnolls will funnel down this chain where those two guys are at, and they will fuck you up. They have Seething Fury, and they get launched like 3 or 4 attacks at you, which is why I had the Flaming Spear to take some of the damage. This encounter is my favorite, mostly because I love gnolls. I remember also watching Critical Role, the Mighty Nine campaign, when they had gnolls in them. And I was like, oh my god, I need to add gnolls to my campaign, which I did. I love the gnolls. I love gnolls much more than goblins. They're just fucking cackling hyenas, and I love it. Also, gnoll lore is pretty fantastic. Also, I mentioned I was a Dark Urge Paladin. I met my butler, I think, around this time, and I got this cape that lets me turn invisible, which is pretty fucking handy. Also, after you deal with this, we fight even more gnolls. We deal with this Ruger guy. I persuade him to give me fucking money, because they're fucking gnolls, bruh. Normally, I come around the other side, but I wanted to keep these guys alive.
That's curious.
Long story short, they both died, and I wasn't going to try and reload the save and get them. For some reason, Shadowheart didn't jump across, so she joined the initiative late. Normally, you would talk to the gnoll leader, and you could get like a limited wisdom, and you can convince her to work with you, but for some reason, I did not get that. I had to kill them all. I think that's mostly because I sided with Ruger, so I didn't get that option, which is totally okay. I'm totally okay with killing all the gnolls, because I normally do anyway. Oh, here, look at that. Double miss. Triple miss, actually, with Seething Fury. Usually that doesn't happen. A lot of positioning again, and I will say, coming around the other side from the back way is a lot better than doing this. Because even though the gnolls will funnel in, the two that are perched up there, they get advantage on their ranged attacks, which I totally forgot about, because my guys start going down left and right. I'm just going to let this combat encounter play out. I will say both these gnoll encounters are top of the list. I love gnolls so much.
You should search that corpse.
Now we go from my favorite combat encounter to my least favorite combat encounter of Act 1, other than killing your companions. And that is the Wood Misfits. Yeah, these guys fucking suck. This is the other encounter that I skipped during early access, mostly because why the hell are Karlach and Shadowheart back there? I don't know, but they are. Mostly because if you kill one, they explode, and then you have to deal with them doing exploding mud damage to you. And also, they will spawn each other in. It's such a pain in the ass. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm over here, I am trying to do Kolga's redemption arc with the Shadow Druids, which is the only reason why I do this. Normally, depending on my playthrough, I just skip Kolga's redemption arc and just let her deal with Halsin, because even though the Druid Grove plays a big part of Act 1, it never comes up again in any of the other acts, which is kind of disappointing. I would love to see the Druids return in Act 2 to help Halsin deal with the Shadow Curse, or in Act 3. But yeah, as it stands, I really don't think this encounter is worth it, especially if you don't plan on doing a Shadow Druid quest line. Bottom of the list, actually, it's probably going right above killing your companions. Now we have Kolga's redemption with the Shadow Druids. You gotta do 2 checks to convince Kolga to turn her back against the Shadow Druids. Honestly, this encounter is pretty fucking easy. It's just 3 little Shadow Druids against all of these fucking guys. And you can wipe these guys out pretty quickly. I'm also realizing that this is going to be a long ass fucking video. Because looking at the time right now, it's 46 minutes. And I have 32 minutes on my recording. So once again, if you guys want to see the full encounter, let me know. And pretty soon, I'll get back with you guys for the final rankings. From worst to best, the encounters go. Lysel, Karlach, Will, Mud, Misfits, Goblin Ambush, Imps, Bugbear Assassin, Sacrifice Cultist, the Random Dungeon Dude, the Tieflings, the Intellect Devourer, more Cult Members, Dungeoneers, Dungeoneers 2, Ogre and Bugbear, Death by Snoo Snoo. Rest of the Goblins in Blight Village, more Goblins, and a Gnome. Harpies, Undead Scribes, the Shadow Druids, Queen Face Spider, other Fane Spiders, the Undead Dudes underneath the Apothecary, Blight Village, Commander Zulk and the Notolord Escape, the Goblin Raid on the Druid Grove, the False Paladins of Tyr, Gnolls, even more Gnolls. I hope you guys enjoy the video. It took a lot of work. I am currently working on an evil Dark Urge to get the evil stuff that I can't get, or should I say I won't get, with my current playthrough. Which you'll see that in the other video that'll be coming out probably 2 to 3 weeks. I have a lot of stuff that I gotta record, lots of to edit. I hope you guys understand that this takes a while. I think in game it took me about 4, maybe 5 hours. I'll have to check. But yeah, now I gotta catch up my evil Dark Urge and defeat the goblin leaders with the good Dark Urge. So yeah, it's gonna be a minute. Be patient and I'll get the rest of it out as soon as possible. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, do all the things. See you guys later.